Dicen que el saber no ocupa lugar y en la vida hay tanto por explorar. Si quieres crecer, si quieres brillar, la puerta está abierta, solo hay que entrar.
Hello guys, good afternoon. We're going to continue with the next topic that is about zero conditional. The zero conditional topic is just to talk about conditions in this situation and the usage to talk about things that are always true and like scientific facts, okay? So for example, all the things that are not subjective are the one that we're going to use to as a conditional with zero conditional, okay? Here we have some examples, but first we're going to talk about the structure. With the structure, you have to follow this structure, obviously. We have if. If is the same, well, as a condition, sounds like in Spanish, like sí, right? But not affirmative yes. It's not like the yes. It's just condition if, right? So then you have to follow the present simple or simple present. This topic, we already worked on it in the previous, well, in the first week, I think so. Then, for example, you have to separate the first sentence and the second sentence, okay? This sentence, or this kind of topic is divided by two sentences. The first sentence is just about condition, if, and present simple. Also, you can find the conditional instead of if, when, okay? You can use the word when, but most of the time it's gonna be just if. If present simple, then you're gonna separate the sentence with a comma. If you start with the condition, remember this part, okay? So if present simple, comma, and then you continue with the next part of the sentence. But also, this is called condition, and this one is the result. Okay? The result is just about a present simple sentence. Okay? Now, follow me please with some examples. If you freeze water, what happened? It turns ice. It turns into ice, right? Or we can change, well, it turns into ice. Okay? Next one. If you heat water at 100 degrees, it boils. It boils. So this part is just about simple present sentence and simple present sentence, okay? The only difference is that you have to write a condition, if, right? Now, with the next part, if student miss an exam, that professor fails them, okay? Remember, we have in some sentence, we have the letter S, like this one, because we're talking about third person, okay? So remember, simple present, you have to follow the same rules, okay? The same rule that we already worked on the first week, those are the same topics that we're gonna use it here, but with something a little bit different, right? So there is an exception, for example, if you start the sentence with the result and then you add the condition, you don't need to write a comma, right? I wrote one example. Look, I get tired if I work too much. This one, if you see, it's a result. And this one is a condition, right? So it's the same, but just switch the roles. I get tired if I work too much. You can say, if I work too much, I get tired, okay? So if you start with the word if at the beginning, in the middle of the sentence, you have to write a comma. But if you start with the result, you don't need to write a comma in the middle of the sentence, okay? Well, you're gonna have some activities that I'm gonna write it down in classroom, so please just follow this video as an example, just to try to remember. In class, we're gonna talk about it, and then you're gonna work on it, okay? So, see you in the next time.
Con temas de vida y vocación, de lengua de señas o comunicación, de inclusión, salud y comunidad.